You know what, Mac? I hope you're happy. This is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And also, note some of the audio elements will be off because, there was a screw up with my game. I paid about $5 for his game, and, I didn't really, the only thing I cared about if it worked or not. This game here is the true definition of the word unplayable. Now, this right here is probably the best part of the game. Max looks absolutely beautiful, and they work exceptionally well with the whole style of the modern day Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movie.
I wish we could see
It's not quite as good as having, you know, full movie clips as for, say, Star Wars stuff. And as soon as that is done, you jump into the game and you notice, wow, this is a kind of ugly game. It looks like an early Xbox game at best, an N64 game at worst. Like, the textures look kind of muddy, the character models are all kind of Mack-ish-y. Like, they have a definite style for this game, but it doesn't really turn out too well. And it's probably the worst you're gonna be worried about when you get into something later elements. Basically, the plot of the game is loosely based on the movie at the same time. It got all the main themes, but some of the characters, if you are a hardcore fan of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the old one or the new one, you'll notice that some of the characters, they screw up on their personalities. It's just stuff to nitpick. It's nothing really too bad. The audio, the music is somewhat forgettable at best. I remember seeing the review of this. Tommy Tirico really liked the music. I personally don't really care for it. It was kind of an afterthought after, you know, I've been playing this rancid piece of trash. As you can see from the footage before, it's kind of a hybrid of, well, later on you'll see it's more of a hybrid of a platformer and a game like Pikmin, with some variety through and for every once in a while. Basically, right here, you're going down the road on the trash can lid, chase it after $10. Now, I would do that for $100, maybe $200 if I needed it really badly. I understand this kid's poor, and $10 would feed their family for a week, but is it worth all that effort? Well, I really don't think they put that much effort into the game, though, because the gameplay is garbage. The camera needs just tons and tons of work. I would have a hard time seeing a camera this bad, and sometimes it would do really stupid stuff like that. I would have a hard time seeing a camera this bad on early PlayStation games. The only thing close to this would probably be BuzzBee 3D. Now, after the first cinematic you just saw there, you get this kind of, you know, semi-motion cartoon kind of deal. The art's done fairly well, but everything else, I wish it was more of a kind of cartoon like, I don't know, any other animated show out there. Like, seriously, there's barely any kind of motion in this. Anyway, I'm gonna let this play out a little bit. The entire time you kind of feel like you're a moron for, like, watching the cinematics, because you already know what's gonna happen, and movie if this game has a kind of like attachment to the movie of the same name. So anyway, everybody goes to gates Willy Wonka, and now we have gameplay number 3. And the old man's telling you, if you need help, go ahead and ask me. Yeah, help me get... Oh, yeah, could you help me get away from this terrible game? Now, what they want you to do is to find a bunch of Oompa Loompas so you can get a gust gloop out of the pipe there. Now, from what I remember, in the original movie at least, I haven't seen the modern day version, I keep hearing it's crap, was that Augustus Gloop gets automatically shot out of the tube. I think this was like a kind of an excuse to give you gameplay. So after you find the 2 Oompa Loompas, you gotta go down into that pathway in there and have them pretty much work to shoot them up. If I can ever get the camera to work right. There we go. And I'm editing all the like extra stuff out there because I want to keep this relatively short. But I don't know, there was too many things in here that I could have talked about that would just drove me nuts about this game, and I played this for about 2.5, 3 hours, and I really just couldn't stand it for the life of me. So it gives you everlasting gobstoppers to throw at trees so you can get a bunch of Wonka Bite, so he'll open the door. Like, come on, I'm volunteering to save Augustus Gloop. I think it's murder on your part if you don't get him out there. Anyway, moving on. We got these harvester guys who go into trees and they get candy. They'll get you a Wonka Bite, which will restore health. And in this game, I believe it's 2 hits and you're done. Anyway. So pretty much you gotta get this generator to work. And that's a glitch in the capture software. If it's as something static for like too long, it'll start to flicker. So you gotta go in there so you can get this power up, which you'll need. And this is where I pretty much gave up because I couldn't put up with it. So you gotta want the workers to use this thing here that spawns robots. What you gotta do is you gotta throw one of those balls into the path of where the robot is, and 90% of the time you will go where you want. And I've seen times where I threw them in there. Now you gotta use the useless auto lock. Not to mention the camera is already being a pain in the butt. So you're fighting with the camera, you're fighting the auto lock. If you're in too close on something, it won't auto lock, it will just auto lock onto something else for God knows what reason. And you're set on a time limit to get this ball into the pipe so it'll somehow stop draining energy from beanstalk things. Now, that is the easiest way to get them back into the ball. I think the most out of the 3 pipes I've gotten is 2. Because I really got fed up. I tried my damnedest at this. And all the area around there, you can't touch it because it'll deal damage to it, and we're at a spot where we're pretty much fucked. And I'm trying... It's a hard time to get the lock to get on that. And he got in there. He blows up, and now he's got spawn there. And it's pretty much... The entire game is a big old fight with the controls, big old fight with the camera. And overall, if you want to play a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory introductory game, go play the Game Boy Advance game, man. Whatever you do, don't play this schlock. It is horrible. I cannot, under any circumstances, recommend this. Overall, I'm gonna give it 2.5 out of 10. And that's it. That's all I'm giving it, man. See ya.